What's going down, y'all? What's going down? How y'all doing today? BBG here, back again with another verse. You already know how I be. It's highlighted in blue again. It's, Job. Keep on going. It's Job. This is also one of my favorite verses in Job. Is Job chapter 9, verse 4. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength. Who hath hardened himself against him and hath prospered? Yeah, it's a pretty simple verse. I'm going to read it one more time. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength. Who hath hardened himself against him and hath prospered? Pretty much what it's saying is, this is the King James Version, so I know it's hard to understand it some, but pretty much what it's saying is that the Lord Jesus and the Lord our God is wise in heart and mighty in strength. And who has, it's pretty much asking you a question. Who has gone against him and won? Who has tried to disprove that God doesn't exist or disprove that he's not real and won? Who has tried to go through their life and not been taken to their knees? And I think that's true for so many of us. Like, you know, we go through our life and we try to be tough. We try to be hard, and we don't realize that eventually this world will bring you to your knees, whether you like it or not. Whether, you know, you want to be the tough, strong man or woman, and you think that, you know, you can go through life and nothing will knock you down. Something is going to bring you to your knees one day when you have no choice but to pray. And I've gone through things like that. You know, I've felt like everyone else was against me, and the only thing I could do was call out. And that's when you'll find that Jesus has been there all along for you. But, you know, this verse also reminds me of, you know, people who say that you know, they try to disprove God. They try to say if he's real, so and so, and this and that, and it's like, you know, most people that I've talked to, they don't believe in God mainly because of something that they happened in their life. They, like, you know, something's happened to them, and they say, if God was real, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Why did this happen? And, you know, they don't separate sin of the world from God. You know, you don't, you know, cancer wasn't created, you know, by God. It's sin, you know, ever since Adam and Eve. So, you know, like I said, y'all, there's not been one person to this day who has been able to say that God doesn't exist and give us evidence to make the whole world. I mean, if you think about it, if, you know, Jesus or God doesn't exist, then how come all this time, if humans are so great and we are meant to be this master race and evolve, and we're supposed to be better than animals and better than everything, how come we simply can't prove something spiritual doesn't exist? And why can't we prove that Jesus or God don't exist? You know, like I said, and you won't know until you die. I mean, he does exist. Jesus does exist. Don't get me wrong. Heaven and hell do exist. Jesus does exist. God does exist. But we can't prove it. So, like I said, y'all, one more time, he is wise in heart and mighty in strength. Who hath hardened himself against him and hath prospered? Not a single human to date can you name that has proved that God or Jesus don't exist. And once in your life, there's going to be a time when everybody's going to be brought to their knees, and no one in your family, your friends are going to be there for you, and it's going to be you alone, and you're going to be questioning, what do you do next? And that is when God is the most strong. So that's the verse, y'all. Job chapter 9, verse 4, and I will see y'all in the next one. We out.